This is a very big game. This is a very big soundtrack.
In the musical universe of Shadows, there is The Flight covering the score. There is Teke Teke doing music for Naoe's special key moments. There's Thunder Drum featuring Tiggs doing Yasuke moments.
I will keep this close. My thanks, Lady Nene.
We also have source music in the game. That's traditional Japanese music.
When we start any pitch process, we want to get a broad spectrum of composers to bring in their music. And then we scramble it and we do a blind listen. We didn't guess that it was The Flight. The team just targeted in on their pitch. It was creative, it brought the world to life. So it was a slam dunk from the start.
Rather than looking back at the history of Japan, it's looking at how the culture of Japan has influenced modern films, modern games.
At the same time, we didn't just want to write Western Hollywood music and then have them play at the top of it. But we always want to kind of include those instruments. It's great having new instruments to work with because it keeps you fresh.
Doing the stealth music for Naoe was really interesting and exciting.
Joe had the idea of getting like whispered vocals as if it was inside Naoe's head.
Not what people would normally ask you to do because there's dialogue in the game and we don't want to confuse people, but it just works when you're creepy, especially if you play with headphones on. It's really cool.
When I came on the project, I saw a sizzle reel with a song by Teke Teke, and the coolness factor was amazing. It was like, oh my God, this fits.
Funny that the audio team and music team and the development team find them almost at the same time. Then everyone was, we need that band. And it was just, this is perfect.
They asked us to be us and to write music within the world of Shadows. So in a way, it was like working on a new album, kind of.
So it was inspiring to interpret this Shinobu a little bit different. So I wanted more real Shinobi, what was their philosophy. It's different than Bushido. Bushido is for samurai. For example, in Bushido, die in a battle is honor. But for Shinobi, death is too easy to escape from suffering. They have to survive to complete the mission. I wanted to bring that philosophy with the lyrics. At a certain point, the creative director said, let's associate Teke Teke with Naoe. Next question is, what could we do for Yasuke then? I was in a music festival in France, and I met those two super nice guys, part of Thunder Drums. When I explained the type of music that we needed, like the guitarist was like, we have to do this, we have to do this. I have all the gear. A few weeks later, they were like, we found Tiggs, the author. We were really lucky to, it was like a nice match.
I was like, okay, here we go. Even though I'm Tanzanian, I've never written any of my songs in Swahili. So I had to just channel energy from somewhere else. You do the same.
There's some really beautiful metaphorical stuff.
I was trying to be poetic.
Well, you were poetic.
It was very poetic.
You were very poetic.
I can't.
A lot of the tracks started with Felix and I jamming on a drum kit and a guitar, which is probably not how a lot of video game scores are written.
I will have that.
And it's something that Felix and I have done together for a decade.
We've heard it so much.
Is this going to work? And then Tiggs coming on, and then the flutes, and it's just these little steps.
Of course, a lot of taiko drums was a big part of how we wanted to blend a more traditional drum kit and Japanese influence.
Certain words, if you translate them from English to Swahili, the word becomes 10 times longer than what it is. It became a whole challenge of keeping a certain flow.
The clarity of the message and the story is just fantastic.
It's also so catchy.
Yeah, super catchy.
So catchy.
If anything, we hope that people hear these tracks and when they come in, they're like, whoa, like, where did this come from? This is cool.
And we have a version of the main theme where Maya, the singer from Teke Teke, and Things the author are talking to each other in 2 different languages. And it gives really something special, and something that when you listen to it, yeah, that's it, this is our game. We are using a lot of diegetic music. We did work, Benedict and I, with 2 producers, Japanese producers living in Canada. They were able to find a great musician like Yukihiro Goto, a master of the biwa, that were great at crafting all the folk songs we needed.
When we're looking at the traditional Japanese instruments, there's such a beautiful range of shapes and sizes and sounds. I'm really happy we were able to bring the importance of the Sushibue and Naoe's arc